your best choice. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
혹시 지금 운전 중이신가요? 어린이 교통사고 피해자 수는 지난 3년 평균 약 9만 명. 특히 어린이 보호구역 안전 기준이 강화된 이후에도 어린이 보호구역 내 사고는 지속적으로 발생하고 있습니다. 스쿨존에서는 반드시 시속 30km 이하 서행, 스쿨존 내 불법 주정차 금지, 차량 출발 전 앞뒤 좌우 살피는 습관으로 어린이가 안전한 도시를 만듭니다. 참, 운전 중 휴대전화 사용은 모두에게 위험합니다. 우리 모두를 위한 교통안전, 나부터 실천하면 모두가 안전해집니다. 어린이가 안전하게 뛰어놀 수 있는 부산. 아이 키우기 좋은 도시는 우리 모두의 미래이자 희망입니다. 이 캠페인은 어린이가 안전한 부산을 만드는 은행, B&K 부산은행과 함께합니다.
보이스피싱 전화 올 땐 전화 끊고 확인하기. 택배 주소 오류 사기, 인터넷 주소 클릭 안 돼.
늘 의심하고 꼭 전화 끊고 또 확인하고
보이스피싱에 눈을 뜨며
예방책이 보입니다.
공익광고협의회.
Coming up next is Inside Out Busan with Min-soo Shin. BEFM 부산 영어방송.
Hello, 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 and happy Friday to you all. This is Inside Out Busan. I'm your host, Min-soo Shin. Now, we don't have to be fashionistas, right? But having awareness of this year's key colors makes it that much simple for anyone to adopt a stylish look. So the trendy colors for this season are said to be blue, complementing the blue dragon's year, and green, which brings a sense of stability in your life. You know, blue is linked to things like calmness, trust, and stability, while green is often associated with nature, growth, and tranquility. Let me see. Is my outfit today including any of this year's key colors? I did not get the memo. I do apologize.
Yo, listen up, here's the story about a little guy that lives in a blue world. And all day and all night and everything he sees is just blue. Like him, inside and outside. Blue his house with a blue little window and a blue Corvette. And everything is blue for him and himself and everybody around. Cause he ain't got nobody to listen. I'm blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die. I'm blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die, da-ba-dee, da-ba-die.
And that was Eiffel 65 to start off our show with I'm Blue. And if you are blue, if you're wearing any blue, well, congratulations. You are considered a trendy person because blue is the color of the year. Well, a trendy color of the year. I'll get more to it. I'll explain a little bit more. But first things first, welcome to the program. This is Inside Out Busan, and I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin. Happy Friday, y'all. So yes, in the midst of economic uncertainty, as well as dwindling consumer confidence, the calm that the color blue that it brings, and the comfort that the color green brings, these colors are gaining recognition as crucial colors in the fashion world this year. 그래서 여러분 1월 1일 때부터 나는 이렇게 파란색이랑 초록색, blue and green 좀 자주 입고 다니는데 좀 어울리네, right? You, sir or ma'am, are very trendy, right? Because those two colors are exactly the colors a lot of people are looking for this year. So gentle and soothing blue, which is very similar to like a mountain breeze, they say, is thought to convey healing and stability in uncertain circumstances, injecting a boost of energy and vitality. And to add to that, green is selected to alleviate tired senses and induce relaxation during periods of uncertainty and even things like the climate crisis that we're facing right now, right? And a lot of people are preferring for olive green. So I guess a more natural green, it seems like. A little bit more on these colors. Like I said, it's blue giving you this calming effect and green being associated with nature. Both of these things together can evoke feelings of freshness as well as renewal. So, what to do with these colors? If you want to be hip, if you want to be trendy, unlike me, incorporate the color blue or maybe even olive green into a neutral color palette with colors like beige, black, or even navy for a more classic and sophisticated look. Look at me giving our listeners fashion advice, right? Or maybe I did realize 저 사실 파란색 오늘 입고 있어요. Rather 쓰고 있습니다. So I am donning a hat right now, and I come to realize that the wording and the the cap portion of my hat is indeed a blue. It's more like a dark/navy blue, but hey, it's like around there, right? So accessories like hats, watches, scarves, or even your nail art. If you can include the colors blue or olive green, it can introduce, a very entire new trendy outfit even, right? Just by having these colors on your bodies. So, listeners, now that you are in the know of the two most trending colors for the year 2024, blue and green, specifically olive green, make sure you jot that down. Do not forget, Min-Soo says to wear more blue and more green. You're welcome. So, if maybe you're not a fan of the color blue or green or olive green, then question of the day for you, what color makes you feel comfortable, let's say? What color brings you stability? Or maybe do you even have a favorite color? And tell me why if you can. 여러분, 어떤 색이 안정감을 줍니까? 그리고 올해 좋아하는 색이 있다면요? 그 이유도 꼭 말해주세요. I'm really curious. So what is indeed your favorite color? Green and blue, I think, are colors I go to. Less of blue for me. Between the two, I think I opt more for green colors. I'm just kind of I'm like mentally going through my closet right now. So there are more greens than blue for me. And I don't know, the reason why I choose to wear more green, I'm not wearing any green today, but I do often. I like the natural feeling the color green gives you. It's not like very bright, because for me, bright colors mean like artificial something. I don't know why. There are very many bright colors that could maybe hint at something very natural, but like green is more earth tone, like I'm in a forest, like I'm going up a mountain. It gives me that feeling. So that's why I choose green a lot. Why do you choose your color of choice? Let me know. Pound 9050 샵 9050 will cost you 100 won. You could chat with us on our Kakao Talk. We are live over on our YouTube. Okay, you could join us there. And just to let you know, today we'll have TGIF live studio with Gina in the house. That's going to be around 6:40, all right? Live music coming up. So stay tuned for all of that. But first, time for News Bites. Time for the Friday edition of News Bites. We have BFM newscaster Kate Shin with us here in the studio. Hello, Kate.
Hello, Minsu.
Good evening to you.
Good evening to you too.
Kate, apologies if I put you on the spot, but your favorite color is?
Purple.
Purple. Why purple?
I don't know. I've always loved purple, and
Yeah.
I think it's because, like my middle school teacher, one of my middle school teachers, her favorite color was purple, and she always used purple chalk for important stuff.
Yeah, and you come to look at the important stuff and remember it later on.
Yes.
And then you associate purple with important things.
Yes, I do.
That's a good reason.
And then my favorite boy band of all time, BTS.
Yes, I feel like you were hinting at that. Well, thank you so much for sharing. So the color purple for Kate. Kate, let's get to today's News Bites.
Yes.
Headline-making news from Korea and around the world. What's up first?
So, South Korea's top military official, Administrator Kim Myung-soo, called for seamless surveillance during a visit to units on the western coast in response to recent artillery firing by North Korea. The Joint Chiefs of Staff reported that Kim inspected a Coastal Guard unit and a radar base in Taean County, emphasizing the importance of vigilance in coastal security operations. He also discussed the development of operations using unmanned assets. The visit followed North Korea's firing of hundreds of artillery shells near the Western Sea border, and the South Korean officials anticipate further provocation ahead of the general elections in April.
Yeah, it's always around this time with the elections coming up that issues and concerns with North Korea is, a priority amongst a lot of people. But the most recent incident right now, yes, with the firings by North Korea and the very strong and aggressive words by the leader. I'm sure a lot of our listeners have seen headline-making news on this, not backing down, going even up for like war and conflict with South Korea. I'm basically summarizing the words of the North's leader. Yeah, so this is something that we're going to have to keep our eyes on.
Yes, we do.
Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like it's going to be the last we hear of these types of aggressive behaviors from the North.
Yeah.
Let's get to our next bit of news, please.
So it appears that morning sickness pills are undergoing the process to be eligible for health insurance, which is expected to alleviate the economic burden on pregnant women.
Yeah.
According to the Ministry of Health and Welfare today, as of the end of August of last year, 8 pharmaceutical companies applied to have their morning sickness pills listed on the insurance-covered pharmaceuticals list. Similar to most OECD countries, South Korea follows the positive list system, applying health insurance primarily to cost-effective pharmaceuticals. This system focuses on medications that demonstrate efficacy in relation to their costs. Morning sickness medications costs vary, averaging around 2,000 won per dose. Pregnant women experiencing symptoms in 70 to 80% may spend at least 120,000 won monthly, doubling if the dosage increases to 4 doses. Severe cases can lead to dehydration or low blood pressure. Morning sickness typically starts at week 6, peaks at week 12, often subsiding by week 14, though some may persist.
Yes.
So its cause is unclear, but associated with the HCG hormone. Managing it involves small, frequent meals, avoiding spicy or greasy foods, and steering clear of triggering smells or environments.
Yeah, that's usually the more common triggers, but I think it differs for a lot of people. It can differ for a lot of people. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, when we were pregnant, when we were having our daughter, my wife almost had to depend on these pills sometimes to get through that tough period that you mentioned of morning sickness. But she tried her best because the pills were indeed pretty costly. But now with news that maybe even our health insurance can cover a good amount of it, I'm sure that would alleviate, that tough period for a lot of expecting mothers. All right, we're going to move on to our last bit of news. We're going to go international this time. What do we have?
Yes, on the 11th local time, Iran seized an oil tanker in the Gulf of Oman connected to the Gulf waters or Persian Gulf. This incident occurred amidst a global concern over major trade routes being threatened by maritime attacks in the Red Sea, particularly the vital artery of energy transportation, the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's semi-official Tasnim News reported the Iranian Navy captured the United States oil tanker St. Nicholas this morning in the waters of the Gulf of Oman, stating that it was done in accordance with a court order. And Iran strongly condemns U.S. British Houthi air raids, stating that it is an invasion of Yemen's sovereignty.
Yeah, and it looks like this is the response to those attacks made by the U.S. and the UK, right? So I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. I think it was the first thing that I saw this morning when I was looking through the news while getting ready.
Yeah.
So fill us in on the details of the most current incident.
The United States and the United Kingdom launched airstrikes on Houthi rebels in Yemen on the 12th local time, responding to their threats to the Red Sea's global trade route. The strikes targeted Houthi positions with support from Australia, Bahrain, Canada, and the Netherlands. The goal was to weaken Houthi military capabilities while minimizing civilian casualties. Houthi leaders acknowledged the attack and warned of retaliation. The conflict raises concerns about escalating tensions in the Middle East. The US and the UK leaders left room for additional responses, while Russia called for a United Nations Security Council emergency meeting.
Yeah. And this is an incident that, with the directly involved countries, the U.S., the UK, right?
Yes.
This is obviously something that's going to affect a lot more members just of the world. So tell us, in terms of other countries, their response to these attacks?
Yes, a joint statement supporting the military airstrikes by the United States and the United Kingdom against Houthi rebels in the Red Sea, including South Korea and 9 other countries, was released. The governments of South Korea, the US, the UK, Australia, Bahrain, Canada, Denmark, Germany, the Netherlands, and New Zealand issued a joint statement today stating that recent U.S.-UK airstrikes in the Red Sea were conducted in line with the inherent right of self-defense under the United Nations Charter.
Okay.
Emphasizing the goal to de-escalate tensions and restore stability, they asserted the commitment to protect lives and ensure free trade in the critical waterway amid ongoing threats.
Yeah, especially with those trade routes. This is something that's going to affect the whole world. So that's why, powers like these are very much involved. We're going to keep our eyes on this, provide us with any other updates that come. And that will do it for today's News Bites. Kate, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here next week, okay?
Yeah, you have a great weekend too.
I see you move, I'm checking your smile, working your back like it's going out of style. Shake just a little bit faster, shake just a little now, girl. I'm dying to meet you, so let's mess around. Got an obsession with us getting down. Come just a little bit closer, I just need permission, so give me the green light, give me just one night. Do I have a girlfriend? Well, technically no. If you be my girlfriend, then I'll make it so. You be my only true lover. No competition, no other. Maybe it's just the thrill of the chase, but I've got a feeling I'm winning this race. Baby, I'm getting much closer. I just need permission, so give me the green light. Give me just one night.
told her, let's go, let's blow this lame factory. She said, what kind of girl do you think that I are? The kind that you meet in a bar. You think you can get whatever you want, cause you some kind of star. No, I'm a comment, I just want you, woman. Hey, if I were you, it would be me that I go home with. 3, the one and only. One thing you ain't considered. I heard you when you told your girl, ooh, we can get it. Admit it, you did it. Let's hop a cab and split it. I'm kidding, we both going to where you living. I got you giggling like a piglet. Oh, that's the ticket. I hope you're more like Anita Baker than Robert Gibbons. No, I don't know that lady, so let me quit it. I'm just style freeing, freestyling, which I seldom do. This is what I'm telling you. To the bed, I'm telling you. Like I've been in jail for 2 years and then they let me in. You got you one legend. Sometimes you gotta step from behind that piano. Let them know what's going on. Even Stevie Wonder got down sometimes. Give me the green light. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go right now. My mandate can't wait. I'm ready to go right now. Participate. I'm ready to go right now. I'm ready to go right now.
John Legend and Andre 3000 with Green Light. The time is now 6:30 on the dot here in the studio. Welcome to hour number 1 of Inside Out Busan. I'm your host, Minsu Shin. 반갑습니다, 여러분. And happy 불금 TGIF to you all. Let me first fill you in on the weather this Friday night, as well as what the traffic is looking like here in Busan City. Currently, Busan is averaging 9 degrees. Tomorrow, expecting morning low of 1 degree and afternoon highs of 10. So it looks like we're going to be enjoying rather warmer weather, but do brace yourself for sudden chill set to come next Monday. So Saturday, tomorrow exactly, continue with sunny skies, but it is expected to get a bit cloudy going into Sunday afternoon. And that chill, of course, coming into Monday morning. So do keep that in mind. 이번 주말은 포근한 날씨가 이어졌다가 다음 주 월요일 갑작스러운 추위가 온다고 하네요. 토요일은 화창한 날씨가 이어졌다가 일요일 오후에 조금 흐려지겠습니다. On to our traffic, we have congestion on Beonyeonglo from Gusa Interchange going towards Kumjang Police Station. There's also congestion on Hakgamdaero from Sasang-Gucheong Junction going towards Hakjang Junction. Slow-moving traffic on Jungangdaero from Junggu Police Station going towards Yeongju Junction. And there's also slow-moving traffic on Baekhyangdaero from Tanggam Ipgu three-way intersection going towards Jinhyang Junction. Everybody, drive safe. 안전운전 부탁드리겠습니다. Big shout out to everybody watching over on YouTube, as well as those listening, tuning in on our radio, as well our app. Welcome to the program. We have 배홍근님 on our YouTube saying good evening. HK님, good evening to you. HK님, what is your favorite color? Let me know. 류상효 원자님 saying blue is my favorite color. Oh. 원자님, I didn't really take you for a blue kind of person. 저는 항상 원자님 생각하면 like a brown or like a dark green or olive. I don't know why I associate with you. 제가 원자님한테 한 번도 물어본 적 없던 것 같아요. Like what your favorite color is. I just assumed it was going to be like brown or like dark green. 저 죄송합니다. Blue, well, good timing because as I said, in 2024, as we are into the year of the dragon, specifically the blue dragon, a lot of people are looking for the color blue. 그냥 색깔이 예뻐서 그런 게 아니라 it's not just because the color is pretty. Blue is known to have a very calming effect, which could be very appealing during times of uncertainty. And that's what we're going through right now, right? Uncertainty when it comes to our economy, uncertainty when it comes to our, finances, our housing and whatnot. So a lot of uncertainty right now. So blue is supposed to help us feel a little better, supposed to calm us down. And then there's green, which is usually associated with nature. And green can evoke feelings of freshness and renewal. So that's a good combination, blue and green, don't you think? We have over on our Kakao Talk, let me open that up. We have messages coming in. We have Hisu님 saying good evening. Good evening to you, Hisu님. Green is easy for the eyes. 아, 초록색이 이렇게 볼 때 그죠 좀 편하게 볼 수 있는 색깔이잖아요. 저도 사실 그래서 초록색을 좋아하는 편입니다. 왜냐하면 초록색을 입으면 초록색 없을 때 if I'm not wearing green 저 쳐다보기 좀 어렵잖아요. 네, 솔직히 어려운데 그래도 green을 좀 입고 있구나. At least he has on like a nice color. Makes it easier to look at him just a little bit more. 그럴 수도 있습니다. But 희수님, follow-up message. Blue means smart, and Dr. Ryu is very smart. 희수님, thank you so much for your opinion, right? That is what 희수님 thinks. No, Dr. Ryu is very smart. I'm just teasing Dr. Ryu if you're still here. 네, 아직 계시죠? Let's ask Gina, who is here in the studio with us. Gina, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Gina, favorite color? Go.
Purple.
Purple. Our newscaster, Cate, also mentioned purple.
Oh, cool.
네, what is your reason for purple?
Well, because I love lavenders.
Ah, yes, lavender is like a hue of purple. 그냥 꽃만 좋아해서요?
그냥 뭔가 되게 뭔가 럭셔리한 느낌 들잖아요. 그 purple라는.
그렇죠.
네, 옛날에 막 purple 그 컬러 이제 그 옷을 입는 사람들 다 이제 뭐지?
Ah, yes. It's because this is my
like you have to mix the color all together. It's
Exactly.
like not like a natural color or something.
It's not a natural color. You have to use a lot of money to get that purple color.
Right.
Yeah. So if I remember in my history classes, I think it was like when we were studying a little bit of the history of China too. That is how I learned. Purple also meant not royalty, but like high class people. It was like a
Right.
color that a lot of those kinds of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
wore
yeah.
because it was a hard color, an expensive color
Right.
to get. 그래서 저는 보라 색깔 잘 안 입어요. 네.
왜요?
I don't know. I do have purple clothes, right? 근데 막 I don't know. I'm not like
But guys are not
thing.
like they don't really wear purple.
True,
clothes
true,
sometimes, yeah.
right? But here at BFM, looking at the BFM signs behind you, Gina, they're all purple. 네.
So beautiful.
지나 오니까 위에서 다 보라색으로 바꿨어요. 저희가 아닙니다. 원래 그런 색깔입니다. Thank you so much for sharing. Keep those messages coming in, folks. I want to know what is your favorite color. Let's get to today's 5분 상식. Time for today's 5분 상식, getting you in the know of some of the most trending, useful, need-to-know words and expressions. 5분만 들으면 유식해지는 시간입니다. 오늘은요, 건강 상식, 운동 후에 찬물 아니면 미지근한 물을 마시는 게 맞는지 알아보도록 하겠습니다.
Let's get physical. I wanna get physical.
자, 혜원님, 2 more squats. Okay, just 2 more. 2개만 더요.
Really? This time? I'll do just 2 more and seriously won't do any more. Whew, I really finished it.
Okay, now just 1 more. 이번 진짜 하나만 더 합니다. Just kidding. All right, good job, Gina 혜원님. Let's take a little break.
Oh, cold water is the best for workouts, as expected.
잠시만요, 혜원님. Have you been drinking cold water throughout the entire workout? 그러시면 안 됩니다. You can't do that.
Of course, I should drink cold water. Are you suggesting that I drink hot or lukewarm water during exercise? Nah, not my thing.
혜원님, it's not good for your body to keep drinking cold water during the workouts.
Isn't that a bit exaggerated? How can you not drink cold water during exercise? Not for me.
Oh, 혜원님, it's not good for your body, okay? You can't. So from now on, no more cold water.
Gosh. 진아는 지금 찬물이 마시고 싶은데.
그래요? 그러면 찬물 마실까요? No, 안 됩니다. You can't. No more cold water. Now, let's get back to squats. 우리 50개만 더 합시다. 하나, 둘, 하나, 둘.
Let me body talk. Your body talk. Let me body talk.
우리 지나 씨도 연기가 조금 계속 느는 것 같아요.
Oh my gosh, I was like, I saw a script. I was like,
그
I have
애교.
to do 애교.
근데 I'm not commenting on your 애교. 왜냐면 애교는 아직 좀 you need a little work on. 조금 더 열심히 하세요. 근데 아까 그 물 마시는 소리.
I got 물 here.
막 이런 물 진짜 method acting. 여러분, let's be thankful that Gina is putting in this amount of work to get her acting done. 네, 오늘의 5분 상식.
So after a tough workout, people often crave the refreshing feeling of cold water. But did you know the water temperature matters? So which is better after exercising, cold or lukewarm water? 운동 후에는 찬물과 미지근한 물 중에 어떤 물을 마시는 게 좋을까요?
All right, so chugging, which means drinking a lot of cold water right after exercise, can stimulate your nerves and constrict blood vessels, causing discomfort and even potential fatigue. So you might get tired easier from drinking cold water. So despite working out, you might feel more tired due to your vessels constricting. Rather, opt for lukewarm water, 미지근한 물 말이죠. Around 200 to 300 millimeters and 너무 굴꺽굴꺽 마시지 말고 조금씩 천천히 마시세요. Be cautious because too much cold water quickly, it often leads to, like I said, discomfort and fatigue.
So any other downsides to chugging cold water post-workout?
네, drinking cold water suddenly slows down blood flow to the digestive system, and this affects your digestion, especially after exercising. Because blood goes to your muscles, not the digestive system, and this compromises your digestion. So too much cold water after your workout can cause indigestion like stomach pain and even things like diarrhea.
So what's the right water temperature after a workout? 운동 후에 어떤 온도의 물을 마셔야 좋을까요?
Good question. So even in like hot weather, 아무리 더워도 lukewarm water, not cold water is the best. 좀 힘들어요. 저도 진짜
없는데.
미지근한 물 싫어하거든요. 저도 뭐지?
그 중간에 있는.
네, 그냥 정수로 돼 있어요. on my water filter.
Alright, yeah.
So it's best to drink water when it's 20 to 26 degrees Celsius. Okay? So take small sips of lukewarm water, and like I said, 200에서 300 millimeter at a time. Okay? Excuse me. So like I said, we don't want to get tired faster, and you don't want indigestion. 그렇죠. Do you opt for cold water or lukewarm water when you work out?
Well, first, I don't work out. And second, yeah, I mean, I like cold water, but I suggest like lukewarm water.
잘못 물어봤네요, 제가.
제가 월크아웃을 잘 안 해가지고.
Oh, suddenly it's my body. 물 대서 말하니까 I'm craving water right now. That's why I'm coughing a little bit. But good to know. All right. So lukewarm water.
Yeah.
네, 운동 후 차가운 물 벌컥벌컥 마시면 혈관 수축으로 그게 뭐에서 폼이 벌컥벌컥 마시면 혈관 수축으로 쉽게 피로하고 소화 기능이 약해집니다. 되도록 미지근한 물을 마시는 게 좋다고 합니다. 오늘의 5분 상식이었습니다. 김대리, 퇴근하나?
예, 부장님.
집이 괴종이지? 같은 방향인데 같이 가지? 요즘 회사 생활 어떤가?
예, 저 열심히 잘하고 있습니다.
결혼 생활도 재밌지?
예, 뭐 즐겁죠, 예. 저 그 라디오라도 좀.
그래, 라디오.
네가 저번 주에 오신 참인 것 같네.
22번 훈련병!
진짜 회사 생활 쉽지 않다. 어색한 이 순간 인사이드 아웃 부산과 함께하세요. 오늘은
All right, folks. Friday, first hour of our show. That means it is time for TGIF Live Studio. 이럴 땐 이 노래. With us, we have Gina. Gina, 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
Hi. How are you these days?
Good. Busy.
Good. Busy is good.
Busy's good, yeah.
네, but out of your busy schedule, always, we're very thankful that you decide to stop by,
sure.
right? So, folks, every Friday around this time, we get to indulge your senses a little bit, especially your sense of hearing. 네, because we get to perform for you some live music. Actually, Gina gets to perform for you live music.
Yeah, you too.
I do, but it's like
together.
I try to do live music. 지나 씨가 하는 게 live music입니다.
You
제가
good.
하는 게 그냥 흉내 내는 거예요. 저는 좀 흉내 내는 겁니다. 그래서 I warm up our listeners' ears.
그러세요.
And then we're in for the main show. All right. So 이럴 때 이런 노래, as always, I'm going to start first. And I decided for the month of January, I want to bring a lot of feel-good music to our listeners. 왜냐면 like the month, like the first of anything, right? You want a good start. So I think a lot of our listeners, having New Year's resolutions, and hopefully they're going well. But the start has to be good for
Right.
the rest of whatever, the rest of your time doing something. The rest of that experience is very positive, like you just said. So today I also brought a feel-good song. 일단 제가 들으면 아주 기분 항상 좋아져요. Okay, it's by one of my favorite artists, Jason Mraz.
Oh.
It's a song titled "Live High."
Live high.
Live high. So 높게 살아라, right? That's like the direct translation of the song. But I want to focus on the chorus of this song. Live high, live mighty, live righteously, take it easy. 네. 그래서 최대한 바르게 살면서 but relax at the same time, right?
Oh.
네. And I know, right?
It's not easy, huh?
It's not easy. And you might be thinking, yes, easier said than done. Because, we all live in busy times these days.
Right.
바쁘죠. 가족도 있고, 일도 있고, 학교도 있고 하는데. But this is a message I think that we should not forget, right? Because if you get caught up in the busyness, that's when things don't start to become positive. 계속 힘들어져요. 맞아요. So if you always take that moment to step back a little bit. 제가 갖고 온 노래는 it allows you to kind of step back, like take a breather, relax a little bit before you have to go back into whatever it is that you've been doing. Okay?
Yeah.
So for our listeners, my rendition of Jason Mraz's Live High. 갈게요. I try to picture the girl through looking glass. I see her as a carbon atom. See her eyes and stare back at them. See that girl as her own new world. Though home is on the surface, she is still a universe. Glory God, oh God is peeking through the blinds. Are we all here standing naked, taking guesses at the actual date and time? Oh my, justifying reasons why is an absolutely insane resolution to live by. Live high, live mighty, live righteously, taking it easy. Live high, live mighty, live righteously. I try to picture the man to always have an open hand. I see him as a given tree. I see him as matter. Matter of fact, he's not a beast. No, not the devil either. Always a good deed doer. And it's laughter that we're making after all. The call of the wild is still in order nationwide. In the order of the primates, all our politics are too late. And oh my, the congregation in my mind is this assembly singing of gratitude, practicing their loving for you. Live high, live mighty, live righteously, taking it easy. Live high, live mighty, live righteously. Sing it out and just take it easy and celebrate the malleable reality. You see, nothing is ever as it seems. Yeah, this life is but a dream. live high, live mighty, live righteously, taking it easy, live high, live mighty, oh, live righteously, just taking it easy. 네, 여러분, 이제 동굴 속에서 나가야 되죠. 네,
Wow,
여러분.
loved it.
네, Jason Mraz, live high, live mighty, live righteously. 우리 2024년에 그렇게 살았으면 좋겠습니다.
Ow.
A couple messages coming in. 제가 직접 이 메시지
인기 너무
읽기에
많아요. 어떡해.
좀 부담스러운데요. We have 토끼님 saying 제이슨 민수인가요? 토끼님 stop. MJ Park님 had a really good idea. 가사도 보이게 해주시면 더 좋겠고요.
그러니까요.
맞아요. 제가 유튜브 하는 게 잘 몰라서 가사 올릴 줄 모릅니다. 네, MJ Park님 혹시 그런 쪽이 아십니까? Let us know. 우리 토끼님 Live High, one of my favorite songs. 토끼님, you're welcome if you enjoyed it, and I'm sorry if I ruined your favorite song, okay? So yeah, live high, live mighty, live righteously, and take it easy, 여러분. 네. All right, let's get to the main show of the program. Gina, what do you have for our listeners today?
저는 Diamonds by Rihanna.
Diamonds. Ooh.
Yeah.
나 이 노래 너무 좋아하는데요.
네, 그쵸.
Why this song?
Well, it's actually a love song about like we are beautiful like diamonds, but I want to say that like you are beautiful, like everyone's beautiful.
그쵸. I like this message today too. 그쵸.
우리도 shine 할 수
네.
있으니까. 네.
I thought you were gonna say it was a love song for diamonds. 다이아몬드를 너무 사랑하니까 그런 노래인 줄 알았는데 그래도 but it's not that. Everybody's like a diamond. You're beautiful like a diamond. 좋습니다. Shining bright like a diamond. 좋습니다. 네.
go.
So Gina's rendition of Rihanna's Diamond. Let's go.
Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Find light in the beautiful sea. I choose to be happy. You and I, like diamonds in the sky. You're shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. I knew that we'd become one right away. Oh, right away. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the light inside your eyes. Tonight, you and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I too are so alive. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the skies. Palms rise to the universe as we moonshine and Molly. Feel the worms will never die. Like diamonds in the sky. You're shooting star, I see a vision of ecstasy. When you hold me, I'm alive. We're like diamonds in the sky. At first sight, I felt the energy of sun rays. I saw the light inside your eyes. Tonight, you and I were beautiful like diamonds in the sky. I too are like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. So shine bright tonight. You and I. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky.
노래는 계속 가네요.
예,
이거
알았어요.
노래 깔아줍니다. 네. 어이구, shining bright like a diamond. 완전 diamond 같은 performance였습니다, 진아 씨. We have messages coming in. Rihanna, Gina, and Jason Minsu and Clap. 우리
good,
토끼님이 했어요. Mr. E 하트 3개 날렸습니다, 진아 씨.
어이구,
어떡해요?
감사합니다.
We also have a message that came in over on our text. 이거 항상 refresh 해야 되네요. From 0791님, 진아, 다이아몬드 하나 고르세요. 계산은 민수가 해요. 0791님. 네,
smart.
저는 오늘 보라색 안 입고 있어요. I'm not rich. Okay, diamonds too expensive for my taste. 역시 다이아몬드 같은 performance였습니다. 진아 씨, thank you so much for that lovely number. And that will do it for today's TGIF live studio. 진아 씨, we'll see you back here next week.
Yeah, see you back next week.
네, 기대됩니다. And I will see you back here at 7 for our listeners. To take us out, this is Drake with Hold On, We're Going Home.
I got my eyes on you. You're everything that I see. I want your high love and emotion endlessly. I can't get over you. You left your mark on me. I want your high love and emotion endlessly. 'Cause you're a good girl and you know it. You act so different around me. 'Cause you're a good girl and you know it. I know exactly who you could be. Just hold on, we're going home. Just hold on, we're going home. It's hard to do these things alone. Just hold on, we're going home. I got my eyes on you. You're everything that I see. I want your high love and emotion endlessly. I can't get over you. You left your mark on me. I want your high love and emotion endlessly. 'Cause you're a good girl and you know it. You act so different around me. 'Cause you're a good girl and you know it. I know exactly who you could be. So just hold on, we're going home. Just hold on, we're going home. It's hard to do these things alone. Just hold on, we're going home. You're the girl, you're the one. Can you get it? Think I love. I think there's something, baby. I think there's something, baby.
다운이 삶은 갈치 플러스. 닦고 닦고 또 닦은 수건은 가운데서 냄새가.
그래서 모서리로 닦아요.
새로운 다운이는 삶은 것 같은 탈취 효과로 30번 닦아도 계속
상쾌해.
다운이 삶은 갈치 플러스.
Hi everyone, I'm Catherine from Morning Wave in Busan. Do you turn into a hideous monster every time you're behind the wheel? Feeling a little guilty? Well, Busan drivers ranked the lowest in a national survey for driving behavior. But if we practice good driving etiquette, we can all become gentler beings. Here are two things to keep in mind. First up, when you're changing lanes, make sure to use your blinker. And second, although I do love getting text messages from all of you, don't text and drive. That's a no-no. Good driving etiquette equals safety for all. This campaign is brought to you by Morning Wave in Busan on BEFM. Oh, by the way, tune in to Morning Wave in Busan to get real-time traffic updates. You know your morning commute's better with me, Kat.
김밥가게 박 사장님도 문구점 김 사장님도 우리 부산의 경제를 움직이는 사람들. 우리 동네 작은 가게로 향하는 발걸음이 우리 부산의 경제를 키워가는 한 걸음입니다. 부산 방송광고 발전 협의회.
The time is now 7 o'clock.
꼬리에 꼬리를 무는 품격 있는 토크. 시끄러워 죄송합니다.
Inside Out 부산.
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 Welcome back, 여러분. 반갑습니다. Time for hour number 2 of Inside Out Busan, and I'm your host, Min-soo Shin. Happy Friday to you all. We have a couple messages that I need to get to. We have Event Company Korea saying, my color is yellow. Yeah, yellow's a pleasing color. 저는 아까 너무 밝은 색을 별로 안 좋아한다고 했는데요. 근데 yellow's fine. I don't know. Yellow makes me feel happy for some reason, right? I think I equate it to sunshine, and we all like sunshine. Nobody becomes somebody saying, hello, I like green. Well, nobody becomes somebody. You're a very trendy somebody, right? This year, a lot of people looking for blue and green as their go-to colors. 우리 MJ Park님, no. Oh, wait, MJ Park님 saying my favorite color is orange. 저는 사실 오렌지가 like for me, now this is not for you. I'm sure orange works very much for you. 저는 오렌지가 살짝 어려워요. 특히 입을 때, right? I don't know why. Orange is like one of those colors that sticks out a little too much for me. But it looks really good on other people, probably like MJ Parking. Thank you so much for your messages. Time for today's On the Mic. And we actually have a brand new reporter for today's On the Mic. This is a segment where we get to hear the stories of Busan citizens. So let's see who we have for today.
안녕하세요. 온더마이크 티나입니다. 2024년 혹시 엔잡을 꿈꾸시나요? 오늘 제가 프로 엔잡러를 만나러 왔는데요. 여러분 여기가 어딘지 감이 오시나요? 맞습니다. 부산에서 이벤트 회사를 운영하시면서 고깃집을 운영하시고 계신 노진기 사장님을 만나보겠습니다. 사장님 안녕하세요.
안녕하십니까.
네, 먼저 자기소개 부탁드리겠습니다.
예, 저는 약 한 20여 년 동안 전문 이벤트 행사 기획을 하는 이벤트 회사를 운영을 하고 있으면서 그리고 지금 현재는 또 고깃집도 함께 운영을 하고 있는 노진기라고 합니다.
아니 20년 동안 이벤트 회사를 진행하시다니 정말 대단하세요. 사실 이벤트 회사가 일반인들에겐 낯설 수가 있는데요. 정확히 어떤 일을 하시는지요?
이벤트 회사라고 하면은요. 부산에서 벌어지는 여러 가지 행사들, 국제회의, 전시회, 지역 축제, 그리고 각종 기업에서 진행하는 체육대회, 그리고 관공서에서 진행하는 의전 행사, 기공식, 준공식, 개통식 같은 행사들을 준비하고 기획하고 운영하는 그런 일을 하고 있습니다.
와, 이벤트 회사는 정말 다양한 일을 하는 것 같습니다. 현재 이벤트 회사와 고깃집을 같이 운영하시잖아요. 사실 이벤트 회사만 해도 일이 많을 것 같은데 고깃집을 같이 운영하시게 된 계기가 있으신가요?
이벤트 회사는 행사를 하나하나 진행할 때마다 그 성취감과 그리고 만족도가 굉장히 높은 일이기는 합니다. 그런데 이 사회 또 상황에 많이 좌지우지되는 그런 성향을 가지고 있어서 좀 지속적이지가 않고 또 그리고 마침 또 코로나라는 어려운 상황이 겹쳐서 제가 하고 있었던 이런 이벤트 행사 기획의 업무가 많은 좀 어려움을 겪는 그런 상황에 처하게 됐습니다. 또 제가 자주 이렇게 방문했던 식당인데 그러던 중에 그냥 제가 식당을 인수를 해서 그러면 낮에는 제가 하고 있던 이벤트를 계속 진행을 하고 두 가지 형태로 운영을 해서 코로나 시기에 어려움을 좀 견뎌나가자 하는 마음으로 이 고깃집을 운영을 하게 되었습니다.
네, 그러셨군요. 이렇게 두 가지 일을 병행하시면서 힘드셨을 때와 보람을 느끼셨을 때는 언제였나요?
예, 아무래도 그 돈을 많이 벌고 매상이 올라가면은 보람이 많이 느껴지고요. 그리고 또 뭐 비가 온다든지 날씨가 너무 춥다든지 해서 매상이 떨어지면은 좀 힘들고 그런 부분들이 있기는 한데 그래도 뭐 저 앞에 닥쳐온 현실이기 때문에 뭐 긍정적인 마음으로 열심히 해서 좀 극복하고자 하는 마음으로 운영을 해왔었고 그리고 또 제가 이벤트를 하면서 가지고 있었던 여러 가지 마케팅적인 기법이랄지 이벤트 스킬을 이 식당 운영하는 데다가 조금 반영을 해왔었습니다.
네, 사장님처럼 이렇게 엔잡러를 꿈꾸시는 분들을 위한 조언 한마디 부탁드립니다.
예, 사실 그 두 가지의 일을 한다는 게 그렇게 쉽지만은 않습니다. 두 가지 부분에 대해서 다 전문가까지는 아니라도 어느 정도의 준비와 또 지식을 갖추고 있어야 되고요. 그리고 또 마음이 일단 결정이 쓰고 나면은 어느 하나도 대충 해서는 되지가 않습니다. 그냥 당장 지금 현실이 어렵기 때문에 뭐 하나 더 한번 해보자 하는 이런 마음가짐보다는 조금 더 알아보고 준비하고 과연 내가 해서 될 일인지 그 했을 때 한 만큼의 결과가 나올 수 있는 것인지에 대한 분석을 좀 한 다음에 결정이 서게 되면은 앞뒤 가리지 말고 올인을 하는 그런 마음가짐이 필요하지 않을까 생각합니다.
네, 진심이 느껴지는 멋진 조언인 것 같습니다. 마지막으로 2024년도 새해 계획 말씀해 주세요.
네, 첫째는 제가 좀 건강하기를 바라고요. 그리고 어려운 시간을 좀 지나왔기 때문에 그 어려운 시간이 올해는 조금 좋은 결과로 나타날 수 있길 바라고 또 그런 결과를 바탕으로 해서 저도 좀 더 사회에 봉사하고 주변 사람을 챙길 수 있는 2024년이 되기를 바랍니다.
사장님, 2024년 그동안의 노력이 꼭 결실이 맺는 한 해 되시기 바라겠습니다. 대박 나세요. 오늘 인터뷰 정말 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 해피 뉴 이어.
감사합니다 to our brand new reporter for On the Mic, 우리 Tina 씨. Thank you so much to our reporter Tina and to today's interviewee, Mr. No Jin-gi, who is a man of a number of trades. He mentioned he's been running an event planning company here in our city of Busan for the past 20 years. And now on top of that, he also runs a 고깃집, a barbecue restaurant. So getting us a little bit in the know of more of what he's been doing for the past 2 decades, event planning. So an event planning company, they basically plan and execute various events here in Busan. He mentioned conferences, exhibitions, festivals, sporting competitions, even government-related events. 여러분, 그냥 그런 이벤트가 나타나는 것 같아요. No. It's people like Mr. No and the companies like, the ones he has. Yeah, it's these companies that set it up so that people that are maybe performing or, participating in the event come, as well as us, those in audience. Now, he mentioned despite the satisfaction that one might feel from each event, the business, he says, the industry rather, does face a little bit of instability. He mentioned, and this is because of just conditions, things going on in our society right now. For instance, right, for the past 3 years, COVID-19, because of the pandemic, the event industry has faced a lot of challenges because he couldn't put on any, right, of these events. That's why he went on to decide to acquire a restaurant that he used to frequent. 단골 고객으로 갔는데 now he wants 뭐 할까? I know. I'll do what I like. Eating meat, right? Or cooking meat, rather, for other people to enjoy, too. So for him as a small business owner, he mentioned the financial success. And of course, the sales is the most rewarding part. 아주 솔직하죠. And then on the flip side of that, it can be disheartening when sales drop due to factors like even like bad weather. 그렇죠? 날씨 때문에도 그 sales에 영향을 크게 주죠. Now, by applying the marketing skills, though, he received from his 2 decades of event planning, he did mention that he was able to kind of get off on a good foot for his barbecue business. Now, towards the end of the interview, he mentioned juggling 2 jobs, it's tough. But for those that might be looking into, starting your own business or maybe having multiple businesses, being well prepared and knowledge for both, for 3, 4, however many businesses that you might decide on doing, that is most essential. Success comes from giving your all after thorough research, okay? And lastly, he wants to wish for everyone's good health and positivity, positive outcomes and results for the year 2024. Thank you so much, 우리 노 사장님. And a big thank you to our reporter, Tina. That was today's On the Mic. Let's take a quick song break. We'll be back. This is 옥상 달빛 with 칵테일 사랑.
마음을 척한 날에 거리를 걸어보고 향기로운 칵테일에 취해도 보고 한편의 시가 있는 전시회장도 가고 밤새도록 그리움에 편지 쓰고파 모차르트 피아노 협주곡 21번 그 음악을 내 귓가에 속삭여주며 아침 햇살 눈부심에 나를 깨워줄 그런 연인이 내게 있으며 나는 아직 순수함을 느끼고 싶어 어느 작은 우체국 앞 계단에 앉아 우리 지하꽃 향기를 내게 안겨준 그런 연인을 만나봤으며 마음을 척한 날에 거리를 걸어보고 향기로운 칵테일에 취해도 보고 한편의 시가 있는 전시회장도 가고 밤새도록 그리움에 편지 쓰고파 모차르트 피아노 협주곡 21번 그 음악을 내 귓가에 속삭여주며 아침 햇살 눈부심에 나를 깨워줄 그런 연인이 내게 있으며 나는 아직 순수함을 느끼고 싶어 어느 작은 우체국 앞 계단에 앉아 우리 지하꽃 향기를 내게 안겨준 그런 연인을 만나봤으며 마음을 척한 날에 거리를 걸어보고 향기로운 칵테일에 취해도 보고 한편의 시가 있는 전시회장도 가고 밤새도록 그리움에 편지 쓰고파 창밖에 누누라 비가 내리고 있어 내 마음도 그 빛 따라 우울해지네 누가 내게 눈부신 사랑을 가져줄까 이 세상은 나로 인해 아름다운데 마음을 척한 날에
옥상 달빛 with 칵테일 사랑. Time is 7:14 here in the studio. Welcome to the program. Hour number 2 of Inside at Busan. I'm your host, Min-Soo Shin. 반갑습니다, 여러분. Let me fill you in on the weather as well as the traffic here in Busan City. Good stuff to know. 9 degrees our Busan City is averaging right now. Tomorrow, specifically, expect a morning low of 1 degree and afternoon highs of 10. Now, this is good news. I like the fact that we're not seeing minus too much, right? I know we saw it like last week, just a little bit, slightly, but for the past couple of days, we've been enjoying some warm weather. Expect more of it going into Saturday, but brace yourselves for a sudden chill. Looks like a minor, I guess you could call it a cold snap, supposed to come in on Monday. But tomorrow, sunny skies, and then Sunday, it's going to get a little cloudy. 이번 주말은 포근한 날씨가 이어졌다가 다음 주 월요일 갑작스러운 추위가 오겠습니다. 정확히 토요일은 화창한 날씨가 이어지겠고요. 일요일 오후에 조금 흐려진다고 합니다. 그래서 여러분, now you know, 단디 챙기세요. On to our traffic. We have congestion on the Name Express from 제2 지선 from former 서부산 tollgate towards 낙동 Bridge. 충렬대로 on 충렬대로 and from 동래 Junction going towards 내성 Junction, there's also congestion there. Slow-moving traffic on 황령대로 from 문전 Junction going towards 황령 Tunnel, slow-moving traffic. 그래서 여러분, 안전 운전 부탁드리겠습니다. Yes, drive carefully, especially because it's a Friday. I know a lot of people wanting to get home as soon as you can. Whatever get together, you want to get there safe, right? Safety should be priority in anything we do, especially when it comes to driving. All right, folks, if you've been looking for, I don't know, new year and everything, 2024, I want to change something about myself. What should I do? Should I take on, I don't know, new hairstyle? Should I grow up my beard? I don't know, should I change my, should I get nail art? Should I get some more jewelry? And all that's fine. Now, the easiest thing, I think, when it comes to experimenting or trying out different styles is with our clothes, right? So if you've been looking for maybe not exactly like a change of style, but maybe a color that you could take on that will look very trendy, look like, this kind of person knows what to wear, right? Knows what color is in. So just by knowing what color is in, you could be considered a fashionista. Do you want that to happen to you? Well, I'm going to give you the answers. Blue and green are the colors for the year. Blue signifying the year of the blue dragon, makes sense, right? And green to go along with it. Now, they didn't choose these colors, the fashionistas out there, just because it looks nice. It actually has a very nice meaning to each of those colors. So blue is supposed to hint at, bringing stability and calm in your life. And that's what we need more of these days, right? With the uncertainty of our economy, with school, relationships, work, right? It's always uncertain. So the color blue is supposed to bring you a sense of calm. And then the color green associated with nature, this can evoke feelings of freshness and renewal. So a good pairing of blue and green. These two colors, for some people, they might be too similar, but for some others, it just makes sense to have blue and green because they are so similar and they, go along with one another. So these are the two colors that maybe you could try to work into your wardrobe, to your, routine, not routine, to your, your rotation, rather, when it comes to just, your clothes, accessories, even. Accessories can make that color even stand out more. Now, I don't know why I'm giving you fashion advice. That's what it says on the script, but these are things that I'm definitely going to consider for myself, okay? I'm going to try it out. So more green and more blue in my life. Like I said, green is indeed a color that I usually find myself going to, especially to wear. Not so much blue though. Usually the only blue that I have, what can I think? My jeans are blue, and jeans are usually blue, right? That's the only thing I have when it comes to blue clothing. I want to share, we have Hisung님, who sent us messages earlier but didn't share with us her favorite color. She says, mine is dark gray. a very simple yet underrated color, I think. Some people could see it as, just like that's such a plain, boring color. But no, Hisunim, dark gray goes with anything and everything. I cannot imagine another color besides, dark gray that doesn't go with dark gray. So it seems like, Hisunim, to me, you are a person that, likes stability in your life. Doesn't like to venture out too far from what you normally enjoy and what you normally find comfortable with. And I think that's a good thing. In the year 2024, I know a lot of people want to add more stability to their lives. So how about just sticking with what you find comfortable, sticking with what you know more of, right? And dark gray for Hisunim, it could be any other color for you. But just an advice, just a splash of blue or a splash of green can do wonders, all right? All right, thank you for all your participation on today's show. It's the second hour of our program. You know what that means? It is time for the longest running segment, not only at Inside Out Busan, but at BFM. Let's get to today's Open Studio. All right, listeners, time for today's Open Studio, where we get to meet just any and all people from Busan, just hear about their walk of life. Today, we have invited, as always, a special guest currently studying pharmacy and trying to help people's lives in the future. Please welcome Mr. Minjae. Welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi.
My name is Minjae Kim, and my English name is Jay. So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Jay. Thank you so much for coming into studio. And you're a student at that, right? Currently attending college?
University.
University, right? University. What exactly is your major? And what university do you go to, actually?
So I go to Sydney University, and yeah, I'm studying at Bachelor of Pharmacy.
Okay, so majoring in pharmacy, Bachelor of Pharmacy at Sydney University. Okay, so we're going to dive into all that. But Minjae, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here in the studio. So let's get to your choice of major. Because I don't know, I'm pretty sure it's not the easiest of majors to choose. So what inspired you to pursue pharmacy as your major? And also, why did you decide on going all the way over to Sydney of Australia to study?
Okay, so initially my thought process was trying to socialize with foreigners. And one idea was, why wouldn't I go abroad and just socialize every day, every time of my year? So
yeah,
Sydney University was my first choice.
Oh, okay. So your main reason why you thought that, maybe I should just go to another country to study, because you always wanted to socialize and communicate with non-Koreans.
Yes.
Right? Yeah, so if you were to go to Sydney, you would be considered the foreigner there. Right?
Of course.
So I'm sure there are people thinking like you, I wish there'd be more people here in Sydney that I could, communicate with and socialize with that are not from here. Oh, hello, Minjae. Right? So that's why you decided to go study over in Sydney. But why pharmacy?
Pharmacy. So my sister's actually a doctor, and my dad as well. So I'm quite used to the medical field. So I was thinking, I don't want to be a doctor. So what can I do other than doctor? So pharmacy was my choice.
I see. So you say you've always been around that kind of environment, that kind of situation, because your dad being a doctor and your sister being a doctor. Did it feel, and you could be, just be as comfortable as you want, honest with this answering. Did you feel more like it was your choice, or did you feel like you didn't want to break the cycle of your dad and your sister and other family members becoming
that's
medical
actually
professionals?
A good question.
Yeah.
But it was actually my choice.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good area of study, and it helps a lot. Obviously, your dad and your sister helping a lot of people with their skills and profession, and you also helping a lot of people, in the future, set to help a lot of people after you finish your studies, right?
Yeah.
Now, our writer Steve has told me, though, that before you chose pharmacy as your major and think about becoming a pharmacist in the future, you were thinking about going pro in soccer, football, my oh my, but you ended up going the academic route, okay? tell me, I want to hear the background of you leading up to the point where, you know what, maybe I could even go pro with this sport. How long have you been playing football?
It's been over like 15 years now.
Wow.
but Playing soccer was my number one thing back in the days, I guess.
Yeah, it's the number one thing for, I would say, I could confidently say 96.782% of all guys, all boys here in Korea, right? And of course, like the rising of stars, like stars like Son Heung-min, Lee Kang-in, and Kim Minjae, right? Oh, 맞네요. Abroad, in the English league and other leagues around the world, I think even more, especially kids now these days, want to become like professional athlete, right? How good would you say you were like back in the day?
I would love to say I was a 10 out of 10, but actually I wasn't too good with the ball, so that's why I try to.
Okay.
It sounds
like you're pretty humble. Because I feel like if anybody is contemplating about going pro in anything, just by having that thought, you have to be still like pretty like skilled compared to other people to even have that option of going that route, right? But I feel like here in Korea, I've come to realize, when you ask particularly guys, like if they're good at soccer, you can't ask them directly. You always have to ask who?
Their friends.
Their friends, if they're good at soccer. Because they'll tell you straight up. They'll tell you for reals. But Minjae, I believe you. I believe you were good at soccer.
Thank you.
Right? But you decided to go the academic route. Any regrets?
No, honestly, I love what I learn right now. And I have different values to offer to other people.
Yeah.
So I just love what I'm doing right now.
Okay. I mean, in your studies of, medicine, so later that you could help people, is that kind of like your main goal?
Yes.
Like your interest is in helping people. Okay. Where do you think this mindset came from? Do you think it just came from like your dad or your sister or?
Yeah, because my dad always talks about how you should help people. And that kind of seeped into my mindset. So I guess that's the reason why.
맞아요. I could imagine your dad. 우리 민재 밥도 잘 먹고 사람들 도와줘야지 착한 어린이가 됩니다. All right. So let's talk a little bit about your life right now. So you're currently living in Sydney.
Yes.
Right? Over in Australia. Share with us just your overall experience there so far, because we were talking off here. You are now into your senior year of university. So you've been there for the past, 3-4 years?
3 years.
3 years. So how has your time in Australia been so far?
Honestly, it's been great. Socializing with a lot of races, a lot of people. It's actually made me more social and outgoing.
Oh, how so? Like what kind of things have you been doing with fellow students and people over in Australia?
So we actually have a lot of home parties, after parties, after semester parties.
Well, that's a lot of parties.
Yeah.
So we have Minjae studying medicine over in Sydney, Australia, and going to a lot of parties, right? I'm just kidding. Caught red-handed. 아니에요. Me too. I mean, of course, studies is important. I'm sure you do enough of it, right? But yeah, it's like how you mingle with classmates and other people outside of the classroom that takes, friendships and relationships to the next level, I think. People come to know who you really are outside of the classroom more, right? Nice. So it sounds like you're having a good time. Anything difficult, as you started living your life over in Sydney, especially when it comes to cultural differences? That couldn't have been the easiest, right?
Well, actually, I would like to think myself more of an Australian than Korean because...
Really?
Yeah, for me, everything's so smooth. And there's a concept of small talk in Australia.
Oh. What do you mean, concept of small talk? Just anybody, talking with anybody, or
you can actually talk to anybody.
Oh, okay.
So how's your day going?
Yeah, sure.
Starting from small talk, you can actually talk about sophisticated topics as well.
With just random strangers?
With random strangers.
Oh. So. What's the most random place you had small talk with somebody before over in Australia?
I guess at the mall.
At the mall?
Just shopping.
Sure. that happens. So this is something that I tell students that I have is very normal over in the US as well. I don't want to assume, but the people over in America that I've lived around, that I've met, very much want to engage in conversation with a lot of people that they meet, even if it's two people waiting at a bus stop to get on a bus. If you hear them talking, you just assume they're talking to you. They're not talking to themselves. Even comments like, "Oh, the weather's so nice today." It could sound like they're just talking to themselves. 혼잣말 하는 것으로도 생각할 수 있는데, but more often than not, they're talking to you, and you also, they're trying to get you to comment on what they're saying. So small talk, I feel like very common. One time, I got into a small talk conversation at the supermarket while I was waiting in line. The person behind me saw that I had spaghetti ingredients in the cart that I had, and they were like, "Spaghetti tonight?" or "Italian tonight?" or something. I was like, oh yeah, right? Yeah, I'm trying out this new recipe. What about you? And then that small talk starts. Is that how it goes for you usually?
Exactly.
Okay, so getting into small talk, I think it may be a little difficult in the beginning, but now you're pretty used to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And whenever I feel like I want to talk to somebody, I just give out compliments.
Oh.
For example, "Hey, I love your shoes."
Okay.
like that.
Something like that. Yeah, just to start, just to get them talking.
Yeah.
Right? And usually, do they respond well? Do they want to keep talking to you?
I would say 90% of them are very positive.
Oh, nice.
As well as, but one thing is you have to have a good energy, good vibe.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Then would that come out in the tone or sound of your voice or the way you say certain things?
Of course.
Okay. So note taken, if you're going to go to Sydney, Australia, you have to have good energy and good vibes, or else don't go. So says Minjae. Am I right?
Completely.
아닙니다. This is, of course, your own choice to go. Joining us here in the studio, we have Minjae, currently a pharmacy student over in Sydney University in Australia. Now, you spent the last 3 years there, but your English, I do not hear an Australian accent, right? Did you study here, or have you spent abroad elsewhere?
Yeah, so when I was 10 years old, I actually went to the United States.
Oh, okay, the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay, where is exactly in the U.S.?
Do you know Boston, Massachusetts?
Of course I know Boston.
Yeah.
Of course I know Boston. Oh, so okay, Boston for 3 years, and this was in elementary school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What were you just attending school there then?
Yeah, I went there because my dad, his hospital actually wanted him to study abroad.
You hear that a lot from other doctors. They go and they spend time in hospitals around the world, a lot of times in the U.S. How was that experience?
Honestly, it was 20 years ago, so I don't remember anything. Right now.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years old, it's not super young, but I think with all the other experiences, that you had while growing up, probably other big ones just kind of you recorded over. It seems like your time over in Boston. But still, if you had to, between the two, your time in Boston, 3 years in Boston and 3 years in Sydney right now, which experience do you think has been more fruitful, especially when it comes to your English skills and abilities?
I guess in terms of English skills, learning English at a young age was more impactful. And I still have an American accent because of that.
Yeah. I hear more of your American. Like I said, I don't hear any any Australian or anything accent or anything, and that's fine. I think. Nice. So Minjae, tell us a little bit about not only with your studies. I'm sure you have hobbies, interests, right? That you have. Care to share?
It's quite boring, but
if it's boring, you don't have to share.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. No. Nothing's boring ever on our show. Go.
Okay, I'm a nerd about reading books, writing, and meditation.
Wow, you're the complete opposite of me.
Wow.
I'm not saying I hate reading, hate writing, or hate meditating. I want to do more of it. So this is something that a lot of our listeners know. For the past, starting last year, I've made it my New Year's resolution to read more. And my New Year's resolution last year was to just read one book.
Wow.
Just one, right? And I even chose the book to read. It was the book Pachinko, right? and I didn't even get to one page of it.
Not one page.
Not even one page. I didn't get through one page of the book. And now I've decided to continue that resolution into this year, 2024. Ask me how much I've read so far.
How much did you read?
Not even one page. So this resolution not going well for me. Why do you consider yourself, a nerd, like you said, when it comes to reading, writing, and meditation?
Because sometimes I really don't enjoy it. I just do it for the fact that it's good for me. That's why.
What kind of benefits do you see coming to you from reading, writing, and meditating? Care to share?
Yes. It's easy for me to control my emotions when times are hard. And especially when I'm meditating, I don't need to do other activities to feel better.
Oh. It sounds like meditating has become such a natural part of do you do it every day?
Every day.
Yeah, so basically a natural part of your daily life. And yeah, I think that's the reason why a lot of people do want to try out meditations, because like me, like their day is just so hectic. A lot of times I wake up and I know I have to get to work and do the things I do. But by the time I get home and I sit down on my couch because I'm so tired, I try to think back on the past day and I don't remember anything that happened. Like I know I was there because I was supposed to be, but because I was just so caught up in everything, I don't remember a lot of the times. And somebody, I think it was like the co-host that I had before, Laura, she was like, why don't you try meditating, right? And I haven't tried it yet, but I'm looking forward to trying it this year. Oh, no. Well, it's only January of this year, right? I still have a lot of time in 2024. 저 그 정도 lazy하지 않습니다. I'm not that lazy, right? So reading, writing, and meditating. Tell me, what do you write about?
I write about my day. I write about what I learned. And especially when you write down things, you start to remember, and it kind of piles up the knowledge you have.
Okay. Is it more of like recording what you saw, who you saw, like what happened, or more of like your feelings?
It's both of that. And especially when I learn something, I try to be as specific as I can, because now I can use that knowledge next time.
That's true. Because especially not only with reading, but writing it down, writing down information even helps you remember things even better, right? Because you actually see it written down. So you're reading it while you're seeing it happen, right? Nice. So reading, writing, and meditating. 3 things that I definitely should be doing more this year. We have a message from Ryu Sang-hyo over on YouTube saying, parties, what part of medicine are you into? Ooh. Now, Ryu Sang-hyo is actually a doctor as well.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So a doctor, from one doctor to a future doctor/pharmacist, right? What type of medicine, what part of medicine are you studying or are you interested in?
What part of medicine?
Yeah. See, this is me not knowing anything about medicine or pharmacy. Like, does medicine have parts?
Well, in pharmacy, there are only 2 parts, which is bachelor and pharmacy and management. So.
Okay. Which one are you in?
Bachelor.
Bachelor. So what do you particularly study then in that?
Well, nowadays I'm studying about like the actual herbs and like supplements.
That goes into the medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's basically you either make it or like you like the business side of it, I guess. Is it that? Oh. And you're more interested in the making part.
Making part, yeah.
Oh. Well, there you go, Dr. Liu. Maybe in the future, your pharmacist could be.
Maybe I'll supply his medicine.
Exactly, right? Nice. Now, there are a good amount of people here in Korea, maybe some of our listeners, that have always wanted to take a trip to Australia, maybe specific to Sydney, and you spending the last 3 years there, better than me or anybody here in the studio. Share with us any tips or advice you might have for people thinking about visiting or maybe even thinking about going to school in Australia like you are.
Well, I would say Sydney's quite a compact city. So everything's in like 20 minutes distance. So if you come visit Sydney for like 4 days, you can see everything.
그러면 여행 갈 거면 그렇게 길게 안 가도 된다.
Of course.
To Sydney, right? You could see everything in 4 days. I like that. better like, that compared to if you're going to take a trip to, let's say, the US. Like if you go to California,
It's so
everything, like even like grocery shopping, you have to drive at least 20 to 30 minutes, right? And if you want to go to like landmarks, it's like you can't do 2 landmarks a day because everything's so far away from each other.
Wow.
Nice. So you could make your trip a little short, okay, compared to other countries. Nice. Any other tips?
Well, if you want to come study in Sydney University, I guess you need a decent level of English. Because
of course.
if you start studying English when you enroll in your part, it's quite hard to keep up with the class.
True.
So I would say try your best to study English beforehand.
Yeah. And, that's, with Koreans going over to not only, let's say, places like Australia to attend school, but that's true for, if a Korean wants to attend a school just outside of the country, that's probably a concern a lot of, let's say, foreigners have deciding to come to school here in Korea because, of course, our universities mostly being in the Korean language. So I think that's a difficulty a lot of students face if you decide to, go pursue higher education just outside of your, country, right? Nice. What about the food there? I don't think I've asked anybody from Australia, like, particularly, like, what's the food like there?
The food is honestly not very good.
Oh, now this is just Minjae's opinion, of course, but I guess, maybe it's because you're so used to Korean food, or is that it?
So if you look at Uber Eats, which is a delivery app back in Sydney, the half of the menus are pizza, hamburgers, spaghetti.
Gotcha.
So as a Korean, it's really hard to eat hamburgers every day.
Okay, so that most of the restaurants there, like your usual like Western food, I guess, right? Yeah. So 여러분, 시드니 가서 공부할 거면 요리 잘해야 됩니다. Probably a lot of cooking. Do you do any cooking at home?
Not recently.
Not recently. I mean, like during your time while studying in Sydney,
I
usually
actually did.
just go out for food, or do you cook?
I actually did last semester because I was trying to bulk up and gain weight.
Okay.
And I used to cook the same kind of meat. And yeah, I did cook for a while.
Well, if you're gonna bulk up, I feel like the pizza, hamburgers, and pasta can help in that sense. No.
Well, that's like, I don't know, not good for your health, I guess.
What do you mean not good for your health? It's delicious. That means it's good for your health. Okay, I believe you because you're a pharmacist. All right, Minjae, as we wrap up our interview with you, tell us about, future plans that you have. When do you go back?
I actually go back a week later.
Oh, so a week from now?
Yeah.
Do you start school?
Not really. But I just have to get used to the environment there. So.
Oh, I mean, you've been getting used to it for the past 3 years. What's new this time around?
Before going to school, I just have to study more English before I go.
That's true. Oh, okay. So going just to kind of brush up on your English to make sure you communicate well with your fellow students. Yes. Nice. Well, Minjae, best of luck to you. I look forward to all the great things that you'll be doing, helping people. Like you're going to come back and be a pharmacist here, right?
Yes.
Okay. 약속했어요. All right, thank you so much. Our special interviewee of the day for Open Studio, student Minjae. Minjae, have a good one, okay? Best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Let's take a quick song break. We'll be back. This is 잔나비 with 꿈과 책과 힘과 벽.
해가 뜨고 다시 지는 곳에 연연하였던 나의 작은 방 텅 빈 마음 노래를 불러봤자 누군가에겐 소음일 테니 꽃다문 잎 그새로 삐져나온 보잘것없는 나의 한숨에 들으라고 내쉰 숨이더냐 아버지 내게 물으시고 제발 저려는 답할 수 없었네 책과 힘과 벽 사이를 눈치 보기에 바쁜 나날들 소년이여 야망을 가져라 무책임한 교권 따위에 저 바다를 호령하는 거야 자관이 없던 나의 어린 꿈 가질 수 없음을 알게 되던 날 두드러기처럼 돋은 심술이 끝내 그 이름 더럽히고 말았네 우리는 어째서 어른이 된 걸까 하루하루가 참 무거운 짐이야 더는 못 간대도 멈춰서 남겨진 날 보면 어떤 맘이 들까 하루하루가 참 무서운 밤인 걸 잘도 버티는 너 하루하루가 참 무서운 밤인걸 자고 나면 괜찮아질 거야 하루는 더 어른이 될 테니 무덤덤한 그 눈빛을 기억해 어릴 적 본 그들의 눈을 우린 조금씩 닮아야 할 거야
푸짐한 선물을 원하십니까? 인사이드 부산이 준비한 소중한 선물 Full course meal voucher from Golden Lizzie A gourmet restaurant in 거제동 and 연산동 Where you can taste cuisine from Michelin Guide featured Chef Kim 뮤슐랭 셰프의 파인 레스토랑 골든 리지에서 10만원 외식 상품권 런지 10세트 A place to entertain your brain and eyes Museum of Illusions 당신의 눈과 뇌를 즐겁게 하는 곳 뮤지엄 오브 일루전 부산 착시미술관 입장권 회원님 끝까지 집중하셔야 돼요 언제나 마시는 커피를 신선하게 만드는 양산에 위치한 Into Roastery Coffee voucher and a pack A fresh coffee whole beans Sponsored by Into Roastery in 양산 운동 중인데 향이 좋네요 자 회원님 다음 I'm pull down hot 둘 A delicious meal voucher from Gorilla Brewing Busan 광안 branch, the leader of Korean handmade beer culture. 자, 수제 맥주 전문점 고릴라 브루잉 부산에서 제공하는 식사권. 자, 회원님 마지막 덤벨 85kg. We prepare admission tickets for the Busan X the Sky Top Floor Observatory, which is located at LCT in Haeundae, the highest place in Busan. 끝까지 해야 됩니다. 끝까지. 자, 부산 대표 랜드마크 해운대 LCT에 위치한 하늘 위의 바다 부산 엑스터 스카이 전망대 입장권을 선물로 드립니다. 회원님 수고하셨습니다. 네, 재밌는 방송 IOB와 함께 선물은 덤으로 지금 바로 참여하세요. 후하후하.
All right, listeners, as we slowly approach the end of today's program, time for the final segment of the show, quote unquote. Now, this is the portion of the show where I get to share. Basically, it's like the quote of the day segment. It's a quote that, I don't know, has been more relevant to me in my daily life, or something that I wanted to maybe share with you, our listeners, and hopefully they'll be relevant to you, or maybe it's like more relatable to you than it is to me, right? Now, today's quote specifically is something that I've been inspired by just recent things, just happenings in my life pertaining to my daughter and her curiosity. First, let me get to today's quote. Education is learning what you didn't even know you didn't know. Does that make sense? One more time. Education is learning what you didn't even know you didn't know. And this quote is by a Daniel J. Boorstin, okay? So, imagine this. You're exploring a huge dark cave with just like this small flashlight. At first, you can only see what's right in front of you with that small flashlight. But as you keep exploring and shining your light in different directions in the cave, you find what? You find new paths. You might find hidden treasures that you didn't even know were there. So education, according to this quote, is kind of like that flashlight. Education shows us things we never realized existed, like ideas, facts, or even like perspectives. So the reason why I bring this up is today, not just today, like for the past couple of weeks, I feel like, I don't know, it's just like this stage in my daughter's life where she's curious about everything and anything. She'll ask you what this means and why. And these days, I don't know, like, I feel like I brought you this quote today because I feel like I'm lacking in not only education and not only intellect, but this strive to like learn more in my life. Because, you know, they say education is something that never stops, that never ends. You continue doing it as much as you can, right? But for me, these days, I'm inspired more by my daughter and her curiosity. It makes me want to like brush up more, okay? So the questions that she usually gives me these days are like, 아빠, what does this mean in Korean? Like, 이건 무슨 뜻이야? And a lot of times, like, I can't answer her, right? Sometimes, like, I would say, oh, you know, I do the tag team, right? Go ask your mother, right? Because she's smarter than me. That's why I say go ask your mom, because I know your mom is smarter than me and she'll give you the right answer. But sometimes, like, she would educate me on stuff like she learned in the day, and I would go, oh, that's right? And it's something that maybe it's like a new dawning to me, or it's something that I've always known, but I don't know why I found it so hard to explain to my daughter. So, you know, before learning, we don't even know what we're missing. And education, what it does is lights up the unknown and expands our world far beyond what we see at first glance. So maybe a challenge for a lot of our listeners. Like, when's the last time you learned something in your life, right? And I'm sure a lot of you could say, that's kind of hard. Yeah, when is the last time I learned something? Maybe you could make that a goal this year, right? Try to learn something new in 2024. Look at the end of this year, later on, that's 12 months down the road, and say, you know what? Oh, I learned this year. And I hope that's something that I can do. Hopefully towards, you know, by the end of 2024, I learned this. Hopefully you could do the same, right? I think education, learning should not have limits. Age, whatever, like age is like a big limit. That's the only thing I could think of. But don't let it stop you from learning, all right? That was today's quote, unquote, and that will do it for today's show. Inside Out Busan was written by Im Soo-jin and Steve, and it was hosted and produced by yours truly, Min-soo Shin. Our last track, this one's by PJ Morton, his version of How Deep Is Your Love. Have a good one.
I feel you touch me in the pouring rain, and the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again, and you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love, then you softly leave, and it's me. How deep is your love? It's your love. How deep is your love? I really mean to love, 'cause we live in a world of fools, yeah, breaking us down, yeah, when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
You know the door to my very soul. You're the light in my deepest, darkest hour. You're my savior when I fall. And you may not think that I care for you when you know deep down inside I really do. You need to show how deep is your love. It's your love. How deep is your love?
I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong. Break the music, come on, say it. How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need